Chairman Barroso, thank you very much today, and I think you're right. It's very appropriate for us to have this hearing at this point. And thank you, Mr. Stern, for appearing before our subcommittee today. We face an urgent task in Paris to bring the international community together to chart a more sustainable future for our children and our grandchildren. NASA estimates that 2015 is 93% likely to be the warmest year on record, and the current record holder last year, 2014. Global warming is one of our greatest challenges. It requires a global effort through a comprehensive international agreement. That is the only way we can truly tackle this problem. It's an environmental challenge, it's an energy challenge, it's a public health challenge, and it's a national security challenge. It is a challenge to preserve our planet. And no country is immune from that challenge or can meet that challenge alone. For years, the global community has looked for answers to the problem. We have gone through various international agreements and protocols. Sadly, the U.S. has often failed to lead on this in the past. But today, I'm more optimistic. I'm optimistic even with the tremendous political challenges here in Congress. I have led the charge in our Appropriations Committee to fight against dangerous environmental riders. Those riders would do great damage to our efforts in Paris. I will continue to fight them, and I'm sure that they will fail. And with increased U.S. leadership over the last 5 years, we've made great international progress. We've been working on an agreement that will be applicable to all. That is what we need, an agreement that is comprehensive, that is fair, and that ensures every country does its fair share on climate change. The Paris Agreement takes us in the right direction, signing up countries developed and developing to halt the climate crisis. The United States must lead and set an example for other countries. This is the right thing to do to protect our economy in the long term. More importantly, it is the essential thing to do for future generations. Over 150 countries will be part of the Paris Agreement. Each country is setting out how they will tackle the problem on their own terms. This is encouraging, and it is an important change from the past. The largest emitters in the developing world, China and India, are making serious commitments. Opponents of U.S. climate action have argued that other nations, especially China, would never act to limit their emissions. Well, now they are. This is critical to ensure we act globally and fight climate pollution that leads to catastrophic climate change. Another sign of progress, the world's largest oil and gas companies are supporting a climate agreement. BP, Shell, and the massive state oil companies of Saudi Arabia and Mexico are among the 10 major oil companies making commitments. The United States can help lead this effort not only at the negotiating table in Paris, but on the front lines in New Mexico and Florida and Alaska and every state. We can create clean energy jobs, we can put energy independence and climate stability at the forefront. My state of New Mexico will benefit greatly from this agreement. New Mexico is at the bullseye for climate change, with historic drought and other harsh impacts. But we are also leading in new and innovative ways for renewable energy and breakthrough technologies. There are currently more than 98 solar companies in New Mexico employing 1,600 people. There are now more solar jobs in the United States than coal jobs. Renewable energy jobs and solutions are in abundance in New Mexico, and this is true for many other states. Support for renewable energy is strong. Nearly half of the U.S. Senate supported my amendment in January for a renewable electricity standard that would have mandated 25% of our energy come from renewable resources by 2025. So while each state faces unique climate impacts and challenges, each state has unique strengths and solutions to contribute. Together we can tackle this challenge as a unified country. And so we can lead the global community as we confront this challenge as a unified planet. Together we can find a path forward that works. The Paris Agreement represents a historic opportunity to build a global effort to address climate change. It is an opportunity and an obligation, and one that history will show was the right thing to do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.